I used to wish upon a star, but stars can't hear, they're much too far. Instead I've learned to wish upon a star.
Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight, Starbright, Oracle and Tarot. I hope you're all doing well, and my love and blessings go out to Florida, of course, and to North Carolina. Wow, yeah. So it was great though, the hurricane was downgraded to a lesser hurricane than 5, so that was a blessing. Anyway, I hope you're all okay. Yeah, and the download I was receiving was, do you feel like something's a little bit off? Yeah, like something's not quite right. Whether that's a good thing or not a good thing, we're going to find out. Okay, let's get started. Love to you guys. Thank you, Spirit. And it's interesting, when I pulled the names out of the bucket to find out what cards I was going to use, the Deep, Dark, Dangerous cards came up, which is interesting. So something feels a little bit off. The atmosphere feels a little bit heavy. What's going on? Is it going to be a bad thing? Or is it going to be something amazing? Let's go for the amazing. Thank you, Divine Law. Oh, we're getting a card. And I have no idea what these cards mean. I probably have to read from it. But it says service, and there's a wolf here with a lot of like plasma. Oh, 22 as well. And this is a dark card. And you have the solar system or the sun behind, lots of orbs. It's quite an interesting card. Maybe it's the solar flares making us feel a little bit off, making us feel a little bit funny, because there's all of these like solar flare or plasma attachments on this wolf. I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, and here's like a solar system or the sun behind. So perhaps something's interfering with your energy, and that's why you're feeling like something's a little bit off. And it could certainly be to do with the solar storms that we've been having. But also somebody's giving you a bit of an evil eye, I'm getting here as well. Like this person looks, or this person, this wolf, this werewolf looks quite stern. Like really? And yeah, it's like they're saying, well, really? Like, really? Yeah, nonplussed I'm getting. But 22, or 4, that's generally stabilities. 22 is a number of wealth. If you're a life path 22, it's a very powerful number. You often do very well when it comes to high positions, things like that, leadership roles. You'll find that people who have a life path 22 are often, they can become prime ministers or presidents and things like that. So very, very powerful number, 22. So yeah, there's something very powerful happening around you. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit dark and a little bit nonplussed. You need to try and lift your energy a little bit, is what I'm getting to say to you. So I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word. Mormolakaya, Mormons service. But it says service as well. So are you a spy at Her Majesty's service? Yeah. So service, I don't know if that's you. I mean, of course, we need to be of service to people and help each other as much as we possibly can. There's no doubt about that. But I'm getting more that somebody's kind of demanding a service, or a letter of demand I'm getting as well for someone. Oh, I hope not. But yes, I think your energy probably feels a little bit off because of the way things are in the solar system. And time is going so quick. Like, apparently the vibration of the earth is ramping up. Well, it's sort of going up and down, but it's supposed to vibrate at around 7 hertz, which vibrates to a rhythmic drum beat. And it also affects time. So there have been spikes up to 33 hertz with the earth's heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. No more caffeine for Mother Earth. And that speeds up, it's been known to speed up time. And though they're saying like milliseconds of the day and all of this, somebody actually, or quite a few people, have come forward and said it actually is cutting our daytime by 1/3. So like the 24 hours feels the same, but it's actually, or not feels the same, it operates the same way. Like we don't notice it in our time, but it feels like the day, like we're losing 8 hours of the day. Like I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, and then before I know it, it's 6. And I'm like, nah, it feels like 12. I felt like I just got up and had breakfast. So yeah, so there's something strange going on with time. Dragon at the bottom of the deck and another 4. So grounding yourself as well, stability is very important. Perhaps you're worried about your stability. Literally, maybe you're feeling even a little bit off balance, like you have vertigo. That can be to do with the ears and the ear canals as well. And then we have acceptance, number 6, and we have hell. This is what this person's called, hell. So, but there's a lot of purple here, green orbs, so there could be some work to be done on the heart chakra as well. And also opening up your third eye, believing, like, don't disbelieve yourself. Maybe you think you're going a little bit crazy. Maybe you feel like you are going through a bit of a walk through hell. But also, this person has a skull, like they're very skeletal. There could be somebody who has eating disorders or something like that, but also it reminds me of the rebirth card. So you may have a dog or a pet of some kind. But yeah, this is kind of like rebirth. And part of our awakening is we do take a bit of a walk through hell. We certainly do. To bring us, you know, we just crack wide open. We have to rid ourselves of our traumas. And it is a bit of a walk through hell. And also, you know, as you start to wait, and then you sort of start to vibrate very high, much more high. You sort of like go through this euphoria stage of high energy, high vibration. And you know, those who are precious and waking up to the divine are targeted by the devil. So, you know, you might feel like you're being a little bit targeted. But somebody kind of like, yeah, you kind of need to just kind of acceptance to where you are right now is what I'm getting as well. If there's something around that, like you're not happy where you are right now, you need to kind of keep working on yourself, particularly the heart chakra. There could also be something, you know, oh, that's interesting because we're talking about the rhythm of the heart, the rhythm of Mother Earth. You could be having heart racing issues, like get off the caffeine. I think I said that, didn't I? So take that seriously for somebody. And then we have a big bear. Oh no, we have the 3 dogs of hell again. Okay, number 9. Yeah. Guardians, Cerberus. I'm not going to read out of this book. I should read the book and memorize it really, but I wasn't planning on using it. The angels wanted me to use it, or maybe the demons did. I'm not sure. So yeah, guardians to the gates of hell. But they're like, what are those dogs called? Rottweilers. And what are those, like Italian Mastiffs? These are like brown dogs that look like bears and they have like little ears. So I don't know, but I'm getting Russian as well. Are they like a Russian breed of some kind? And lots of lightning and storm. And look, people's eyes are red. Their eyes are red from, oh, have you been up all night watching Storm Chasers? Because I know I have. Yeah, but guardians, it's almost like you can't move ahead because, oh, there's a test? What? Like the guardians are there warding you off. Oh, there's a warning. There's a warning here. Like alarm bells are going off inside of you. You don't feel right is what I'm getting. You don't feel right. I mean, the atmosphere is a bit strange. Yeah. We'll dig into this a little bit further. Let's try find out what's going on here. So we have guardian, service and acceptance. And there was something else I said too. There was another card. Thank you, Divine. No, that felt fake, didn't it? That felt, something feels fake. I mean, every word I say could be something important. So listen, because I don't remember what I'm saying half the time. 6 of discs, success, finance, receiving finances. there's something standing between you and finance, generosity, being of service. Maybe you need to work in the service industry or start being of service to others. That's where your finance is coming in as well. But also not to be afraid to move forward. Like, know that you're taking a step in grace and that you're taking a right step in the right direction, but something's making you afraid. Like, it all looks very scary, but it's maybe not. Or, oh, did I say a letter of demand before? I did. Yeah, discs, it's like payment, generosity, isn't it? It's like handing over money. Yeah, somebody might be wanting you to pay them, like pay a toll of some kind to cross the river Styx. I don't know. And then we have the Ace of Swords at the bottom. So there's truth here, there's justice, there's freedom, speaking your truth. Or perhaps you're about to receive a payment. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Let's find out. I'm just going to draw some cards so then we can get a better idea. Otherwise I get into a chat spiral. I find that putting my face on camera makes me talk more. I think it's slight shyness or something makes me more talkative. I don't know. Anyway. Nope. Thank you, Divine Ones. Okay, we'll just get 3 more, I think. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Ones. Oof, don't like that one, but anyway, we're taking it. Lots of swords coming out, lots of betrayal. Yeah, it could be bills, stress, worries about finances, feeling like you're under attack. You could feel like you're under spiritual attack, and probably you are, with all of these dark, dangerous cards. And then oh God, we have the Moon. God, it's a secret, we're not allowed to know. God, I hate that. Digging deep with the Moon, deep emotions. There could be some rituals here that need to be done, cleansing rituals, getting into a routine as well. 6 of Pentacles is about a cyclic payment. It is about routines as much as it is about generosity. I often see it as like tax payments and bill payments, depending on other cards. Or it could be like you're receiving, you're going to start receiving things in a routine way, regular payments. Right, oh, it's too many cards. We'll just, thank you, angels. Please try and make this message clear for us today. Thank you. I keep getting Russian spy for some reason. Are you watching or reading a book about Russian spies? Maybe you are Russian. I love the Russians. I've met a few Russian people in my time. And they're lots of fun. They can drink like God knows what though. Oh my God, it's frightening how much a Russian can drink. Don't party with a Russian if you can't keep up. Yeah, and art. Which is Archangel Michael, balance, temperance is here as well. We've got the lion and the eagle. So that's the United Kingdom and America as well. Cooking something up together maybe. So yeah, the 6 of Discs, we've got the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, interference. So yeah, something's interfering with your vibration, somebody's interfering with your finances even. Somebody's, and then we have the 9 of Swords, and in this deck they call it cruelty. But it's, you know, the 9 of Swords is that, you know, stress and that worry, staying up at night, staying up all night. And then we have a 9 of Swords coming in very, very fast. You're being asked to, there's more green as well, you're being asked to stay very balanced as well. But somebody is cooking something up against you. Something's definitely being cooked up. Because Archangel Michael is the card of temperance, number 14, which is 5, which are changes. But they're usually positive changes, and changes that come to trigger us into kind of becoming more enlightened. It's a form of alchemy. We have cocktails being made here, but with Archangel Michael it would be mocktails. So, and we have lots of skulls in this deck. We have the moon here as well. So there could be something to do with secrets and secret societies. You might be interested in those sorts of things. Or perhaps you're getting an invitation to something, but you have to keep it a secret. Or somebody's hoping that you keep something a secret. They're afraid of being betrayed by you in some way. They're afraid of interference in some way. I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm a vault. If people tell me something, I don't talk about other people to other people. So there could be things here to do with gossip. So somebody could be ashamed of something here as well. They could owe you money and they're withholding it from you. Or perhaps the only time that they really come for anything, you know, like they're expecting service from you. You know, they come for money and then you don't hear from them, that kind of thing. They only come to you when they want something. It's not reciprocal is what I'm getting. But there could be problems here with bill payments and stress and things like that, interfering with your finances, your Six of Discs, which is success. But also needing to keep your success a little bit quiet. Maybe you are very generous and, you know, and people just seem to just take from you. You need to set boundaries. You need to stop letting people take from you. So if something feels a little bit off at the moment, there's lots going on here. So that's how we started the video. So what's feeling off here? Yeah. You keep giving to people who keep betraying you or don't reciprocate, or they're not in communication with you. It's really stressful. And it's kind of like there's some kind of secret that somebody's afraid that you're going to reveal. But the Ace of Swords, you know, you are truth, you are justice, you speak your truth, you stand your ground, or there's a big truth coming your way. Somebody could tell you something and it's important that you keep it secret. Or you could be offered something that involves payment, but you have to sign a secrecy. You have to sign the Secrecy Act. I pledge. I pledge to never tell a lie and keep all of the secrets. Yeah. So it is a little bit like spy stuff here. So you must be reading a spy novel, whoever I'm talking to. But also, if things are feeling a little bit off, yeah, it's the weather I'm getting with the Cerberus here. And 9. Perhaps you're kind of feeling a little bit alone. 9s are kind of like a very spiritual, spooky number. Like if you live in a number 9 house, the one thing that you're learning to overcome in a number 9 house, I mean, I don't get spooked out. I've been haunted by all sorts of people, living and dead. So I don't get scared in a house. But so number 9 could be, you could, you know, be needing to overcome fear of being haunted because they can't hurt you, and just send them on their way. Or somebody might have a message for you from the other side. But number 9s are a house of addiction. Like people also, it's can be a very comfortable house. So people come and they get addicted to your comfort. They get addicted to the comfort and don't want to leave. Things like that. You might be taking somebody in and they don't want to leave, and you've let them for free, but now maybe you want payment. I don't know, I'm getting that from somewhere. Yeah, but addiction. So, you know, if you have an addiction and live in a number 9, or you have a life path 9 number, it's a very powerful number. And it's a very strong spiritual number. So it's kind of like if you don't overcome the dark side of yourself, you will be consumed by a number 9. I don't know, that's for somebody out there. So, oh look, underneath that is Hydra, regeneration, 11. You could be a life path 11 or a 2. 11s are all about spiritual teaching. Like, you know, I've said this many times before and I'll probably say it many times again. You know, we're on a spiritual journey. And, you know, somebody here, you know, you are going to go through a walk through hell. But that is to learn that more about yourself. You already know people betrayed you. You already know how horrible people can be. You already know how terrible the world is. And, you know, you might carry this around with you. It's time to let that go, and time for you to grow, releasing all your traumas, you know, coming to a good place. So the energy you're feeling at the moment, it is stormy weather. It's to do with the weather and time. It's like zone. I don't know. So, and 29 again underneath, but that's werewolf. Yeah, you feel like you're under attack by dark forces. That's not unusual when you're awakening. Know that you are protected and know they can't harm you. They can only get to you through either other people, which I've talked about in previous video, or through your own fears. So be brave, be courageous in the dark that you're going through at the moment. This too shall pass. So whatever's going on here, you need to stand your ground, stand in your truth. And if people don't understand you or don't want to believe you or whatever it is, don't worry. Don't worry about that. You are a unique person unto yourself. You don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to be understood. Do you understand yourself? Well, if that's a yes, then you're on your road to something very good. Because know thyself. Understanding ourself is the first step towards enlightenment. So yeah, but this is all going to change, though, I'm getting. You know, yes, you've been under attack, and maybe you've been through terrible things, you know, with 9 of Swords here and the 8 of Swords here, feeling trapped, feeling like there's no way out of something, feeling like you're just, you know, or afraid of maybe falling into those traps again. But be the Empress, be the Emperor, be sovereign in your own domain, be sovereign in your own body. Okay? So, yeah, regeneration, you'll start feeling better soon. If you're worried about money, it looks like cyclic payments are coming your way. And alchemy, you know, with Archangel Michael, instead of having cocktails, like overcoming addictions or whatever, instead of having that glass of wine, make yourself a smoothie. It's time to start eating better. Health is very important here. You have to look after your health. You have to get plenty of rest, because you're going to be getting people who are going to test you and challenge you, right? But also you're going to get people who need your assistance, who need your service, who need you to help them, give them the strength. Now, whether you're a person who does that physically, like through some form of medicine, or, you know, some kind of, you know, physical healing energy, or whether you do that for people psychologically, or whether you do that for, you know, to help them emotionally, or to help them see that they can go through terrible things and survive and live to tell the tale and tell the tale you do. Oh, I don't mean tell tales. Oh, see? Tell tales. Somebody's telling tales, or they're frightened that you're telling tales. You or them. But the Knight of Swords, yeah, coming in swift. Yeah, so, you know, that's part of being an awakened one, an awakened wonder, as Russell Brand would say. Is to spread, you know, is to spread the word of service and help and assistance to others, to maybe bringing the truth, maybe having a channel like Russell Brand does, being brave enough to tell the truth. And yeah, you get shadow banned, I know that, you get black banned, shadow banned, but don't worry, if you know, the angels will clear the path for you. So looking after your health as well, you're going to be getting very busy. And we've got a Knight of Discs here, so the Knight of Pentacles, you know, coming in, that could be an offer of some kind of job offer. Somebody's getting a job offer here. It might stress you out. You might be worried because it might be new to you. It might be out of your comfort zone, but that's a good thing. But it's all actually going to go rather well. It's going to come in quick, but then it's going to be something that's stable and steady. There's those 4s we were talking about in the universe here. So, you know, this is a new chapter. We won't look at that card. Like, I'll have to now. But yeah, closing this 5 of Swords here, defeat. But that's underneath the universe card, the world card. And then the 3. So yeah, you're going through heartbreak, sorrow, people feeling defeated, malicious energy. But the door is closing on that now as well. Egyptian mythology, and mythology could have something to, you know, you might enjoy. But you just need to take time to smell the roses as well. Take your time. There's no rush. Maybe this is the thing. If somebody's rushing you into a decision and it's really stressing you out, then take your own time. You have to work at your own pace. So if things are feeling a little bit off at the moment, I think it's because there's fear here. Like, you know, definitely there's a change in the atmosphere. Definitely there's big changes going on in the world. And we're affected by this. There's so many natural disasters. You know, people are doom scrolling every day. It's time to stop doing that, and time to start focusing on yourself, is what I'm getting to say to you. So what is this service? Moramalakia. Ooh. What's that? Well, we have, yeah, this hell card, this acceptance, this rebirth card, this melancholia coming up, which is a form of, it's kind of like a light, melancholia is more like a slight depression. Like poets often, especially like Edgar Allan Poe and all of these, you know, they suffered from melancholy. Was it? Oh, I was going to say Milton's Paradise Lost, because I was associating that with the hurricane, because I thought that's interesting. Milton was an English poet who wrote Paradise Lost. Yeah. So yeah, there's been some, you know, you still kind of be kind to yourself here as well. It's like sometimes you feel like you're falling back into old habits, and maybe you are, or falling back into kind of old emotions. You kind of, but I'm getting more of this boredom here. It's like, God, did I go through all of this just to do nothing now? Like, it's like when people go into retirement, they don't cope with it very well, do they? But there's an epiphany coming with the Ace of Swords, and that's also, you know, writing, books, publishing, things like that as well, writing some poetry, diary, you know, you need to write something, and it needs to be truthful. It needs to be your truth. No point copying anybody else is what I'm getting. So what's the Mormalakalaya? You could be a Mormon, I'm getting. Oh, house, the casa. These are in Spanish, so my casa is your casa, or whatever. My castle is your castle. So we have a mansion here as well with service. So you could work in a, you know, like it looks like a hospital or a sanatorium. You know, maybe you think you're crazy. Or maybe you just got a great idea for a book to do with madness or something. You know, maybe you're a little bit of a Stephen King. But house, yeah. If you've been worried about a home or anything like that, this is kind of like tenements. In the UK they call them tenements. It's like they have old mansions that they divide into units. So it could have like 3 floors and like 6 units or something in there. An old building. I think New York they do the same thing. That is the same thing here in Sydney, but they call them tenements in England. So, or maybe you're having trouble with oh, did I not say that before? Trouble with a tenant? You've taken someone in, you can't get the rent, or there's something here to do with rent. But yeah, you've got success here. Journey forward. There could be somebody coming to visit you. Also, because we saw the Knight of Pentacles, and then this is kind of like a bit of a Knight of Pentacles. You could be really needing just to take some time out, go on a bit of a trip, or somebody's coming to visit you. It could be unexpected. What's the 6 of Discs here? So, oh, right. Okay, let's have a look. So on success, we've got Bambino, we've got child, a baby, we have thought, somebody's thinking about you, or maybe thinking that you're a baby, or perhaps you have a baby. And sighs, isn't that weird? Oh, you can't read it. Didn't I do that? Oh, sighs, melancholia, sighing. Yeah, you could have parents or grandparents, or you were brought up by your grandparents. This is an old couple, and then we have this baby. So there could be something here to do with your grandparents or something like that. There could be an inheritance here, a bit of an inheritance coming. Or there's something here to do with a baby that's causing concern. Or you just always feel like you're in a loop. Like, that's the other thing too. It's like time travel, isn't it? Once you make the choice to travel back in time, are you going to keep doing it? Because that's a trap, isn't it? The best lesson to getting out of the loop of time travel is don't time travel. Yeah. So I don't know, that's for somebody. But yeah, there's concerns here. But it looks to me like there's some kind of inheritance, or maybe you're having to move back in with your parents, or you know, there's something like that going on. You know, you'll have to decide. But here again, on top of the Eight of Swords interference and Nine of Swords, we have sorrow, because we saw the Three of Swords as well, didn't we? And Five of Swords as well we saw. So there is some sorrow and sadness here. There could be something here to do with like a boarding house or something like that, like telling tales, telling stories about your grandparents, about your heritage, about a boarding house. Who did that? You know, somebody became quite famous writing stories about their... I just read something about that the other day. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. So there could be something here to do with family and heritage. There could definitely be an inheritance coming here. Or maybe you can help people like babysitting, like there's a bit of like a side hustle. Babysitting, helping people with children, or maybe you work with children in some way. Ace of Swords. We have, oh God, despair. Look at this person. They're holding a pew-pew to their head. What? Oh, this is mental illness or something. Like this is like you're in the big house. Somebody in prison. I never use these bloody cards because it's like the Kipper deck. The Kipper deck. Oh my God, it's so like that coffin comes up and you're like, ugh. There's something just so horrendous about it. I know, I keep looking at myself instead of the camera. Look at the camera. Despair. Yeah, you're going to get some news. Oh, this is no wonder something doesn't feel right, something feels off. And there is a lot of despair in the world. And there are a lot of people who, you know, they kind of can't face it anymore. And there are, you know, I think... You know, if you're listening to this and you're in despair, you know, no, keep going, one foot in front of the other. Every day's a new day. But you might want to work with these sort of people, homeless people, set up a hostel or something like that, or something to do with hostels. So, yeah, and that's it. This is what is going on. That's why something feels off, because there's so many people in fear, in despair, you know, and we know why. The people in charge really aren't interested in looking after the people who employ them. Yeah, so there's some sorrow. Yeah. One more of these cards. I don't like these cards. They're so depressing. Like, and now we have frivolity. Oh, consolation. Oh, look at that. Being consoled. The angels are coming. You know, this is the thing too. Know that you have help. Know that there is help here for you. We have a wife. Again, we have a mother and child, that kind of thing as well. But we have frivolity, and frivolity is fun. It's a butterfly. It's a monarch butterfly. Are you royalty? Yeah. It's time. You're going through big changes. The world's going through like we're caterpillars and we're turning into cocoons, and, you know, we've turned into nothing but mush inside the cocoon. And for some miraculous reason, that turns into a butterfly. So this is it. You know, you wonder why all of this is happening. But everything happens for a reason, no matter how tragic things seem. But you're being asked by the divine to come into service, to take all, because you understand this, because you've been through this and you survived it. This is a recurring theme. And now you need to use all of that wisdom and that knowledge and that courage and that strength to give that to other people. You are about to become the butterfly. My battery's about to go flat, so I might just switch off. So let's do a couple of tea leaves, because this is... and the moon, yeah. So, you know, it's very... Things are... and see, that's an 18, that adds to 9 as well. You know, a lot of mystery, a lot of secrecy, a lot of deep, deep emotions. So, you know, needing to dig deep to release your trauma, because your path forward is to help others. And I tell you what, the world needs survivors who literally survive and come to the light with a whole wonderful strength, that you can be truthful when you meet these people and you say, I know exactly what you're going through, and you understand. And we need people in the world who can do that, because it's not easy to survive terrible trauma and then come out as the mountain, as the reading I said yesterday, to come out strong and better than before, really. And yeah, you're always going to have you're always going to have a bad day, but you pick yourself up faster and you keep moving. But you're there as a support for others. You have a gift, and that gift is you, and you need to offer that to the world. Please, let's have some good news. How's this all ending up? So, I mean, that kind of is good news. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, my battery went flat and cards flew everywhere. So I just left them as they were so you could see that for yourselves. And I'm just going to try again. Okay. Whoa, they're just flying out. Come on. Okay, candle. You will be shown the way. But also when I saw candle, it was like lighting the way for others. I've got the sun coming in here. Yeah, it's right in the middle of my face. Right on my nose. I might just adjust the blind. Okay, yeah, so you will be shown the way. So don't despair. And you need to show the way for others. The Knight of Swords, there's a lot of messages coming in. There could be a messenger, or there could be some message that you're not expecting as well. And with the moon, it could be a little bit on the down low. You have to keep something quiet, or that, something like that. Something has to be on the down low. But yeah, you're getting a lot of messages coming in as well. Sometimes we have no idea what we're doing and where we're going, so you just have to do something. Listen to your intuition, it's very important with the moon card being here, and let the angels guide you. Meditation, getting into, learning to listen and trust your intuition. One more of these. Oh gosh, not over there on the depressed. Oh my, what the fudge buckets? Fuck. I didn't realise this card was in these tea leaves. It's never come up before. Look, it's a bloody coffin. What was I saying about bloody kipper and the coffins? Someone is going out of your life, or an end of a situation. So it's an end of a situation, so that's good. You could be literally moving house as well, or needing to move house. Yeah, vulture, depression, worry, anxiety, feeling that something or someone is against you. So, that we're living in very difficult times, and paranoia is at an all-time high amongst people who wouldn't even normally feel paranoid. So this is when you have to be at your strongest when it comes to faith. This is when you need to be at your strongest for yourself. So, or you're going to be helping people who are in this situation. You've been through it. Whatever you've been through, whatever your gifts are, you can use to help others. And this is what you're being guided towards. Oh, big ringing in my ear. But you're worried about money. Paying bills, looking after kids. Maybe you pay for your grandparents. Maybe you send money home for your grandparents if you're a migrant or something like that. Yeah. But there's also a relationship that isn't really succeeding here. There's some worry over a small child. Or there's been, or you're going to find out something about yourself to do with your childhood, or when you were a baby or something like that. Maybe that's a secret. Maybe you are the secret. You could be the secret. And you've got the book The Secret, haven't you? What a load of nonsense that is. Anyway. Oh, seek out information. So there's something hidden from you with the moon. Hidden knowledge of some kind. Or you feel like, something's hidden from you. You can't quite get to the bottom of something. You need to stop trying. Don't force. Just, get on with your life and try and just be in a routine. Try and give yourself a bit of a boost if you're struggling. If you're worried what your life path is, well, I think we've covered that. So all the troubles are behind you. It's kind of like you're afraid of falling back into illness or into darkness or into trouble. It's like you've been through so much, it's like you can't go through any more. And you're afraid. But, you know, trouble, there'll always be trouble. But it's how do you handle that in your personal life? You know, where once you fell into a depression and blamed yourself and there was something wrong with you and whatever. Now it's like, oh well, what do I learn from that? I learned that everything is a lesson, an opportunity to learn. So if somebody's not being nice to you, you don't have to see that as rejection or that you're not worthy. You see that as addressing those things within yourself. If you feel rejected, address the issues of rejection and release it. If you feel, you know, neglected or set upon or paranoid, address that within yourself. Let it go, you know. But you have to work out why something in your childhood, you know. Yeah, you know, childhood. So, yeah. So there's more information, you know, you're wanting more information, but this will come. And oh, look, 4-leaf clover at the bottom. Great, that's what we want. We want good luck. So that's something to do with Irish heritage or the luck of the Irish. Leprechauns. When's St. Patrick's Day? That's my really bad Irish accent. I'm like a quarter Irish. Great. Good fortune coming your way. And it's like alchemy, synchronicity. It's going to come in a way that you're not really expecting. Yeah. There's something hidden deep within inside yourself or something. There's something hidden and it's deeply hidden. And you feel that something's hidden. But it could just be to do with a secret, to do with an inheritance, to do with your upbringing, to do with it's like you're adopted and you find out that, but your adopted parents never told you, you know, which I think, you know, if you have adopted a child, you must tell them from the beginning that they are adopted because it's a shock, because it's almost like you feel lied to, like you don't know who you are. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know I was adopted. So just your whole life feels like a lie, I would imagine. So, you know, be careful of that. And last, words of encouragement. Oh, look, your word, Ace of Swords, is the power that you have to create. It is a gift that comes directly from God. So you have a gift and you're being asked to use it, but you might be afraid. You might feel shy or embarrassed or, you know, maybe, I don't know, but there's something here that you need to write about or you need to create. And you know it, but you're not certain. But don't force it. Like it's like, oh God, you know, so many instructions. Yeah, just, and don't talk to anybody about it. Like that's the thing too. Like, you know, once you start to come out of trauma, there comes a time when you've got to stop talking about it. Like stop talking about your past. But also they say that every writer, you know, writes about themselves basically. So there might be something there for you. Be impeccable with your words. This came up in the reading yesterday. Maybe that's it too. Maybe you're a perfectionist. Maybe you don't think what you're writing is good enough. But, you know, one chapter at a time. Poetry, maybe. Maybe you can feel inspired by old writers. Like this reminds me of like poets. Like if you read war poets, like I studied English, so it's like, oh my God, they were so depressing. It's like, as the train pulls from the station, I can hear the early rattle of the milk bottles. You know, like it's just so melancholic, the whole thing. But works of great genius, like you can't, you know, but it can be a bit heavy. So that's it. The atmosphere is a bit heavy at the moment. So just take care of yourself and just don't be, you know, don't think that the worst is going to happen, even though the worst is happening to people in the world and we need to bless and pray for them. So realize the power of your word. So that's huge. Impeccability. You're asked to be impeccable. That's hard to live. Nobody can be impeccable. Like, beyond reproach. Oh, you know, I think this is your worry. I think perfectionism might be a problem for somebody I'm talking to. But what is important here, we've got lots of rainbows. The word can lead you to personal freedom, success, and abundance. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. So choose your words wisely, I think. Be mindful. But I think somebody is straining over how to speak or how to write or what to say. Somebody could be really stressing over what to say to you about something. Or you might be very stressful about telling the truth to somebody. You know, oh, I don't want you living in my house anymore unless you're going to pay rent. I can't afford this. Or you know, your parents, tell them how you feel. You know, whatever. Something needs to be, the air needs to be cleared. Repeat message again. And on the other side of this is, enjoy heaven on earth. Oh, God. Feels more like hell, doesn't it? Hell on earth. I mean, it's really terrible because the earth is a heaven. It's a beautiful place. But God, we're not allowed to enjoy it without fucking rockets and bombs and going off, and without everybody trying to control each other and manipulate each other, take from each other. I mean, honestly, integrity is the word. Is there no one out there with integrity? That's what we need. Integrity. The Ace of Swords is integrity. But you're also being asked to be silent about something. There's only so much information you are going to get. You can't drive yourself crazy trying to get information that you're not ready for yet, or that hasn't. Like, you can only do so much, and then you have to let the rest fall into place, especially if it has to do with other people. You can't force other people to tell you the truth. Who are my parents? Who is my real mother? Why was I brought up by demons? Like, you know, there's only so far you can go with that, until you just have to let it go and go, well, you know, I kind of know the truth of who I am. You know, it's like you can't be 100% sure about something, but you want to be 100% sure about something, and that can drive you crazy. That can put you in the nut house. So there comes a point where you just go, you know what, that is a possibility. Like, that is a possibility. What I know, the truth I know, is a possibility. But what you do know is the truth of yourself. Like, you could have had people slandering you, the slander here, like, you could have just been put through it all. But the thing is, you know your truth. You know that you know, I mean, there's some people, like, didn't I say, like, you know, like Her Majesty's Secrets are like spies and things? It's like, almost like, you know, you're being interrogated by somebody who's trying to get you to be the like, that's the problem with law enforcement these days. They're so fucking lazy, and the medical system, they're so lazy that it's easier for them just to target a vulnerable person who feels guilty about, I don't know, picking their nose that day, you know, or pressure you into, like, if you're being interrogated, if you deny, then that's, you know, they've got everything twisted around. Like, you know, to deny something is to admit culpable guilt. So you're being interrogated and you just go, you say nothing. Tell us the truth, we know you're guilty. Well, I did pick my nose this morning. Oh my God. You know, so you cannot affirm or deny. So you can't say anything. And then silence is seen as a form of guilt. Like, it's just nuts the way the system is. Like, how about evidence? And now, you know, like, one of the things when I worked in law firms way back, I used to think to myself, oh, thank God, you know, for you can't be judged on hearsay. Like, hearsay, you know, you could not be judged on hearsay. Now, this is all hearsay. Now you can be judged on hearsay. All you need is the two witnesses. Like, we're all very biblical about it. We just need the two witnesses to sign the document. Yes, she's crazy. Yeah, oh yeah, no, guilty. Like, oh God, get rid of her. You know, like, because they don't want people speaking the truth. Whistleblowers and things like that go through all of this. Anyway, that's a rant. So, I don't know. So, yeah, so you're being put through hell. But there's some information that you just can't know right now. You have to let the fruit ripen. vine, like, you know, the fruit hasn't ripened yet, the wine is not ready to be pressed. Anyway, I hope all that makes sense. Love to you guys.